Morning all, hope you're good. Just Matt here, just sat here with James. We're just going to have a little chat about James's amazing little transformation we've started in the first 8 weeks of 2020. I'm going to ask James a few questions. So if you've got any particular questions you want to know about the success that James had so far, then obviously just pop up a little comment below. So we can answer your questions, and if it's something specific to like kind of exercise, nutrition, maybe the accountability and the coaching side of it. Oi! There we go. And how to keep the camera stood up right. So look, fire them down below. So in terms of, for you, James, just a little introduction about yourself, what it was, what sort of triggered you to come and get started with us.
Well, I'm a dairy farmer at home. I've got 300 cows at home, wife and 3 kids, so we're quite busy all the time. So, and I help coach the Bude under 11. So running around with the under 11s was part of it, and just trying to get fit. You always get problems when you're older and whatnot, but just the main thing was getting fit, and it just seems to be working well. But I need to be pushed. And hopefully Matt and Harry are here to do that. So it seems to be working. We're getting results at the moment. No, I haven't been here very long. So
we've been 2 months, haven't we?
2 months.
So let's talk I know when a lot of people get started, they get quite fearful of certain situations. They get fearful of taking themselves somewhere. Did you feel like that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, to be fair, the hardest job for me was walking through the door, because people like me don't come to places like this. It's just not in me. But to be fair, they don't push you. They do push you hard, but they want results. And whatever you want, you guys seem to do. So if you think you're not struggling on something, just say, and they will correct it for next time. So
What you mentioned about when we were talking just before we come on this video, we were talking about coming through the door, that hardest bit. Tell me about that feeling.
So like I said before, people like me don't come to a place like this, and walking through that door is the hardest job, because you always think people at a gym are buff and all into weights and really fit, and you've got somebody like me walking through the door and you think, not for me. But to be fair, it's all right. Quite welcome coming in, and you just get onto it, because you're one-to-one. You're not left to do it on your own.
So I know you mentioned about people like me, but definitely now you can see that an environment is really, really important to someone like yourself who was fearful of coming in. Because you were fearful, like the environment was important, right?
Yeah, it is. And one-to-one, I wouldn't want to be in a room with a load of blokes or a load of women doing it. I like the one-on-one. I like being challenged, and that's what it is.
That's for you.
Yeah.
So you've got to provide that environment, meet you where you're at, and give you the environment you need.
Yeah, and learning how to use the equipment properly, because stuff I wanted to do first of all, start the training, Harry won't let me do. He makes me do that at the end to warm my body up to be able to do those.
So, mobilise, get yourself ready for the program. Yeah, exactly. So, in your eyes, what would you have been happy with results-wise so far? If I'd have said to you, right, James, in 8 weeks' time, we're going to have a conversation here about how you're getting on, what would you have been happy with?
From a farming background, I always said I wanted to lose a bag of milk powder, which is 20 kilos. And I've done that. I've done that really easy, to be fair. And now I'm quite excited to see how far we can go.
Yeah.
So the goal I wanted to set, I thought I'd be there in a couple of months' time, maybe. But I've actually done it in 8 weeks, which is brilliant. So I don't know how far I can go now. So we'll see how long you put up with me, to be fair. One of the big things was changing my diet, and what I used to do and what I do now is totally different. And I have dabbed back into it a bit to try it, and I don't like eating some of the stuff I eat now. You can taste the difference.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting as well. It's like you've been able to lose 6.5 inches off your waist, 41 pounds, by probably going along with our kind of 90-10 kind of rule. So like 90% of the time on it, 10% of the time little treats.
Yeah, you probably less than that probably.
Probably not even that. Okay, maybe 95.
Yeah, to be fair, I used to drink a lot of coffee. I was on like 5 or 6 cups a day, and I don't drink any coffee now. I'm on just water.
Yep.
To be fair, it's all right. It's not that bad. Yep. But in the mornings before I started coming here, I was real sluggish, real struggle getting up at 4:45 in the morning, and now it's like alarm gone off, gone to work, like no problem, a lot more alert, ready to go to work, and that was worth quite a bit for me.
I think for me that's like one of the biggest things as well, is like when you've got when you have the ability to get out of bed on your own terms, like you're not relying on a coffee to get you out of bed.
Yeah.
You're winning. Like you start the day ahead, like because you're not like almost using. It's almost like using a credit card, having a coffee in the morning first thing. If like you have to get out of bed by the means of a coffee, you're already on the back foot because it's not your own body doing that for you.
Yeah, no, and that's a fair comment. It isn't. And then when I used to finish work at night, I'd have a couple bottles of beer because that was sort of what I was doing, and it was more of a habit forming, you know. And now I don't. I do drink. I have a hunt to go to Twickenham or watch a rugby, but I don't do what I used to.
Yeah.
Everything's changed. And when I came through the door, you said it was a lifestyle thing, and to be fair, it is.
Yeah.
But it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Small change,
Yeah.
small variation on what you were doing before.
Yeah, and now the more I'm doing it, now my wife does it, and the kids are sort of buying into it as well,
Yeah.
which is brilliant.
Brilliant, mate.
So yeah, if I can get a lot out of it, and they can get something, it's worth every penny.
Brilliant, mate.
So,
Yeah. What if you were like, obviously, like people watching this, like we've mentioned the results and stuff, but you've also alluded to some of the things which aren't actually like some of the more subjective things, like how you feel when you get up out in the morning. Is there anything like there's other things I know
Yeah,
that we've
like
talked
we're
about?
We're back.
Yeah.
I used to get a really bad back, and where I used to get a problem before, that's gone, and I've got a bit higher back problem at the moment. But talking to you, it's just losing weight and everything just working a bit harder and using it easier, mobilising it more.
Yeah.
I think that'd be it. But one of the biggest things was my knees, and my knees used to ache a lot, and losing the weight seems to have helped. But I'm doing squats now. I done 100 and something squats the other day with Harry last week, and I wouldn't have done that 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
To be
Amazing.
fair. So yeah,
And that's
it's
actually
all
that brings me back. That's when you're talking about results and stuff. When we did that, what we did with James is at the end of January, I did a little like kind of 2 weeks into his program, I did a little fitness test with him, and I came up with a test that was kind of unique to him that I thought would be useful to sort of help him along with his goals, and we retested it at the end of February, and we found, didn't we? Well,
Yeah.
do you want to say about?
well,
what we
yeah,
found?
what I done end of January, and what I done now, I've been off another 25 calories in the same amount of time, and what I done in a minute worth of workout, I'm doing it in 30 seconds, which is loads.
So we almost like doubled the work capacity across some of the things we did.
yeah.
Which was absolutely phenomenal. Plus, we did like multiple sets as well.
Yeah,
So.
to be fair, I used to hate coming through the door, and it's all right now. You
Yeah.
know, I just do the work. It's only an hour, and I'm going home again, going
Yeah.
back to work, and it's good fun. Like, yeah.
Oh, what I love here, right, is James's honest, no rubbish kind of approach. Like, ultimately, like the gym isn't the place that he, would hang out all the time. But he's found a place now at the studio here where he can come do his training, which he knows is kind of specific to him. Moves, goes about his day. He's getting amazing results, and now you mentioned it earlier, like what you thought was possible. Is now your horizons are now open.
Yeah, it is, and it's a minefield. But what I do, like you switch off. Everybody's got a busy workload.
Yeah.
And just come in here, you just turn off and just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And go home. It's quite nice for a change, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bit of you time.
Yeah.
In closing, anything you would say to someone who's watching this, maybe who's either just getting started or thinking about getting started? Because whoa, there we go again. See, if James hadn't lost so much weight,
What would I suggest? I would say just ring up and turn up, because you're 1-to-1. There's nobody else here.
Yeah.
Just get it done, and yet they're only push you as hard as you want to push you. It's worth every penny.
Yeah.
And it is worth a lot to me.
Yeah, good mate. You're
So-
smashing it, doing really well. It's a pleasure helping you as well. So, hopefully you've taken some bits and pieces from that. I'm going to let James go now because he's a busy man. He's got things to do.
Yeah. Just turn up.
Yeah, just there you go.
Just turn up.
Just turn up. There you go.
Yeah.
Do the work.
Yeah.
Cool. Have a great day, everyone. Stay
you later.
positive, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.